We are back. Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest is an Academy Award-winning actor who starred in such films as Traffic, 21 Grams, and The Usual Suspects. Now he is starring in the new movie Che, which is being released in 2 parts this Friday. It's a terrific film. Please welcome Benicio del Toro. How are you?
All right.
You look good.
Thank you.
You always look good. You're a very cool-looking guy.
Hair, like
you got the hair. You got the long sideburns. Those are really long.
Yeah.
You do that a lot when you're just talking to people? You do that a lot? You ever...
When there's a mirror.
So much to talk about. First of all, love the movie, and this is, you talk about dedication, 7 years of your life making this movie. Is that right? I mean, not every waking minute, but 7 years working on it in one aspect or another.
Yeah, well, we needed to learn a lot about the history of not only the guy, but Cuba, a whole country that we didn't know that much. And, you know, I think it wasn't just me doing the work. It was a lot of people, the writers, everybody.
Right, everybody worked hard. I spent 4 years on just this episode of the show tonight. I hope it shows.
Yeah, there's broken glass back there.
I know. I cut myself. It's terrible. Now they've released the film, and it's in 2 sections. One covers the earlier stage of Che Guevara's career and follows him in the Cuban Revolution. And then we see him trying to export revolution to other parts of the world, and we see him in South America.
Right, in Bolivia.
Yeah. Was this, I mean, first of all, it looks like this was a very physical role for you to play. Towards the end of his life, Che Guevara's, you know, he's fighting in the jungle, and it really looked like you yourself became emaciated for this role. Did you do that?
I did lose a lot of weight. I worked out for a while. I had people helping me get up in the morning and work out. And,
and is there people around you just denying you food when you're in a role like that? I mean, seriously, the minute you go to eat a grape, they hit you.
Yeah. Someone said that we ordered some pizza one night, and I was just, there were some people in the house, and I was looking at the pizza like this. And then a buddy of mine looked at me and said, just do what my wife does. I said, what does she do? She goes, she just closes her eyes and eats it.
Oh, and eats it? Oh, I thought it was close your eyes and act like it's not there. No, close your eyes and eat it.
Yeah. Just one.
Just
so
one.
I did.
You know, what's interesting about this movie is there's so many people, a lot of young people who know the name Che Guevara, and for years I've seen kids wearing the T-shirts, they have the poster, but I don't think they know who Che Guevara is. They don't know what he represented. They don't know what he's all about. When did you become aware of Che Guevara yourself?
Well, the first time I became aware of Che, believe it or not, was from a Rolling Stones song.
Which song is that?
It's called Little Indian Girl. It's from an album called Emotional Rescue. So I was a fan, and you know, just that was the first time I heard his name. And then it was the picture. But when I was in my teens, the T-shirts came out a little bit later, like in '93, '94.
Right.
Yeah. So the first time was really that I heard his name was from a Stone song.
Well, what's interesting is that's how we all learn about history.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's how I learned about the honky-tonk woman. Yeah.
And the Beatles.
I'm curious about something. You go through so many physical transformations in this movie because you're playing Che over a long period of time, and there's one point where, and this is all true, the movie clearly, whoever was writing this movie and working on it really knew their stuff. But at one point, he leaves Cuba to go to Bolivia to export this revolution. He doesn't want Bolivians to know that he's there, the government, so he disguises himself as an older man. And you, in this role, it doesn't look like this is a bald cap. We have a picture here of you. This is you when you're, or as Che, who's disguised. And it looked like you shaved. Did you shave your head for this?
Yeah.
I was looking at that picture and I was thinking...
I didn't do it. My Gail, who does my hair in the movie, she did it.
Props to Gail. It was very nice of you to... No, I did it myself. And Gail's at home watching. That's not true. I was looking at that.
I'm on the collar.
That was all you. You didn't do the fake beard that you glue on for the movie.
Not the beard, but we did extensions at some point because we shot the whole movie, the 2 movies backwards. So I came in skinny and with a long beard.
Oh, okay.
hair was long.
You shot that part first, and then you get to eat
yeah.
as much as you want.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I have to talk about this. When you went to Cuba, and you met with Fidel Castro, who obviously fought this revolution with Che, knows him better than anyone alive, and could tell you things. How did that meeting come about? Not everybody gets to meet with Fidel Castro.
No, well, we've been to Cuba already legally for 4 times. Or 5, and we never met him on the previous trips. And then you get a phone call that, you know, we wanted to meet him, and I met him. I got a phone call one afternoon, you know, to go meet him, and it was, they had a fair of the book for books, and there he was in there, and I met him briefly.
So they just, at the last second, you get a call, Fidel will see you now, go to this location, and he's going to be there.
Right, they bring you backstage, yeah. You know, you go through the back.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, to this very exclusive restaurant called Fidel's.
Yeah, that's right. And especially when you're Hollywood.
Yeah.
And so we went there, met him, and then we decided that I was leaving the next day, so we decided to talk about Che in detail next time I visit, but then he went ill, so...
He got very sick,
yeah. He got sick, so I never really got the chance to talk to him about the character.
But he clearly approved...
Big influence on Che.
He clearly approved of this movie being made because it's, you know, it's getting the word out, like, you know, and educating people about this person who was so important to that revolution. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
We have a clip here from the film, and I think this is sort of describing the period where it's 1958 or 59, and Fidel and Che and the forces are moving very quickly through Cuba, trying to kick out the Batista government.
Yeah, it's right before they succeeded. They won the revolution. It was one town that they needed to take, and the odds were against them in every which way. But it's called the Lightning Campaign. They just took over the city real quick, and then the revolution was over. You know, maybe hours after they took it.
Let's take a look at this clip from Che.
Finally, we were working with the other groups. It was like a wave. When we arrived in the towns, people received us with open arms. And many of them even joined us.
And you took a lot of towns in less than a week. Isn't it now called the Lightning Campaign?
True, but in reality, the battle had been building steam for nearly 100 years. When people hate their government, it's not very hard to take it down.
You know, we were talking backstage about... You and I were talking backstage. This movie is not getting the big Hollywood push that a lot of movies are getting. It doesn't have a lot of money behind it, but there's a great word of mouth.
Movie.
It's an independent film.
It's an independent film, and you know, we're just going out there and trying to sell it. And you know, it's but that's the way it goes.
Yeah. Well, this is an important film. Che is now playing in select cities, and on January 21st, it's going to be available on IFC On Demand. Benicio, always really cool talking to you. Yeah. Continued success. Benicio del Toro will be right back. Sarah Chalk is here from Scrubs. We'll see you in a second.